when it comes to pitching podcasts, whether you are a writer with a new book, a filmmaker with a new film, or you just have products you want to pitch, getting media visibility, whatever your reason for being on a podcast, you should really have a goal other than I just want to get on as many podcasts as possible. You really should know who you want to talk to. Now, I have a podcast called The Savvy Creative, and it is for female writers, fiction writers I prefer the most, where we talk about the writing life, the craft, the business of writing, especially being an indie author, and just the women's issues that really affect us. And sometimes we have men on the podcast as well. And I've done over 100 episodes. I've been pitched many times by agents or by the authors themselves, or just by people who are completely random and just are trying to get as many as possible. And I see these pitch emails and I'm like, oh God, what is this person thinking? Like, seriously, why are they wasting my time? So I'm gonna tell you a few things that you should know before you pitch that podcast, or a few things that also as podcast hosts absolutely hate when we get pitched. First, we hate templates. We know when we are being funneled through a template, and we can feel it. It just reeks of templates, and it's super long. It says absolutely nothing other than everything about the guest, but nothing about the show that you're pitching. And it is almost insulting. It shows that we're just another number in a database, and we're another number to you. You're asking us for our time, and we're asking you for your time. There has to be some sort of reciprocal relationship there, or some sort of mutual connection, and funneling us through a template is not a great way to start that. Next, I hate seeing long bios, especially bios that are so fragmented, everything from like where you went to school, your dogs and your family, your hobbies, and then a little bit about what is relatable to the show. And it is just super, super long, especially if there's all these awards and everything. Yeah, that's great. It kind of shows me that you've got some credibility there. But when it's like pages and pages long, I don't read any of that, because I'm like, it doesn't tell me why you are right for my audience. Now, if you have them and you've earned them, yeah, it's great, but probably doesn't belong right off in the pitch, or at least the awards that are the most relevant belongs in the pitch. Now, people think that you can just copy and paste and do a lot of and send multiple pitches at once. No, you really got to make each one personal, because people just know. I always know. Last thing that really is something I hate when people try to pitch me is, you don't know my show. You don't know that it's for female writers. You don't know that it's for fiction authors. All you see is that we're writers, and we talk about book trends and things like that. And so you think automatically your self-help book is going to go here on my channel. It's not. It's probably not going to do well. Or your history, your critique, or your political book is going to do well. No, it's not. Your fiction book might do a little bit better, but it has to be the right fit. And when you don't know the show, some people pitch shows, some of my friends who are podcasters too, where they've taken a month or two off and they're getting pitched, and they're like, I haven't posted for 2 months. Why are they pitching me? They're not up to date with what's currently going on in your show as well. It's just so insulting. It means you didn't do your research, and it's kind of making me not want to work with you. All right, so now I told you about what I don't like. Let me tell you what we do really, really like. We like comments and reviews. So if you want to get on someone's radar, leave them a review, especially on Apple Podcasts or wherever people get their podcasts. Drop some comments if you can, especially if you can comment on their social media, start liking their posts, things like that. Getting on our radar like that is really, really helpful, because we can see you're invested in the show. Now, I don't mean on the same day just like a bunch of their posts and then pitch them. If you're in a hurry, okay, that is a little bit better than just going in cold, but I would say engage a little bit. And engaging in their social media actually tells you a little bit more of who their audience is. It's gold, and it doesn't take that long or that much effort. So engage, comment, and review. Next thing we like is, that podcast hosts really like to hear is, what do you like about our show? Do you like certain segments? Do you like certain things that we do? Do you like that we're insightful? Do you like that we laugh a lot, we're goofy? Like, what do you like about it? Because if you can be specific as to why you like our show, then that already is okay. We're going to continue reading your pitch. We're not saying no just yet, but that is a great hook, because it shows that you know who we are and you're invested. And that leads me to my next point is, why are we a fit for you to be a guest and for me to be the host? Why are we a fit together? What is the benefit, and what is the real reward? So if you can make that really, really clear, like I have a lot of moms that listen to me. Okay, so a children's book could be good, but it still has to relevant to, you still got to have a good story behind your journey and things like that that my audience can relate to. A memoir, that's not necessarily a fiction book, but I'm listening if you have a really interesting backstory journey or something that you can share, or really strong thoughts on a topic that my audience would be interested in. So things like that, I'm always open to. But why we are a fit for each other is really what sells on the pitch, because that's the what's in it for me kind of line that is going to get the call back. So if you are pitching pods relentlessly and you're not getting anywhere, try these things and see what you get. All right, and if anyone does get booked, please tell me in the comments below. I love hearing that you guys get booked on podcasts. I love hearing success stories. I had one client who just was so nervous about pitching a podcast, and she pitched me first, and I said yes, and I worked with her a little bit. I gave her some tips, and she ended up pitching more podcasts on her own and got herself booked. And things like that just make me so happy. So please leave a comment below if you use these tips, or maybe you are going to try something. Leave a comment and let me know. All right, that's it for today, Creative Minds. I will see you in the next video. Bye.